Hey everyone, how are we doing? Muting myself, can't even hear it. Let's get the code up in the background. We got some great advice for the Canvas content due tonight. It's a rhyme. We got some great advice. No, that's not a rhyme. We got some great advice for the Canvas content due tonight. Who's ready to play Kahoot right here? Hop into the game. Everyone's here. Samantha's here. Lauren's here. Carly's here. Mike is here. Joshua's here. Daria's here. We got a bunch of people ready to Kahoot. $20 first prize, $10 second prize, $5 third prize. And we're about nearing our mega Kahoots at the end of the semester. So crazy. Semester's almost over. Got some juice. Anyone else like me, you have to like shake up your juice. You know what I'm talking about? Who's part of my group right here? Like when you get juice, like you get orange juice, you're like... Anyone else? Am I the only person in the world who does that? It's like apple juice. I'm just like... Yeah, Kayla knows what I'm talking about. Exactly. Yep. Cranberry juice right here. Wouldn't grab some cranberry juice right there. I have to. You know what I'm talking about. Does it drive you nuts, Emily? You're like, shaking up the juice. You have to. There's two people in this world. The people who shake up their juice and the people who don't shake up their juice. Two people. We'll start here in 2 minutes. Let's put on the timers. We'll just chill for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I know, Caitlin. There's two people in this world. People who drink pulp orange juice and people who don't drink pulp. Right now, pulp or no pulp? What do people say? I'm on team pulp. What do people say? Too late for coffee. I should have grabbed an Awake chocolate. 2 seconds. Be right back. I'm back. Gets me in. I just went and got some Awake chocolate. This stuff right here is amazing. So, Awake chocolate. A quick question for the T and a 95% confidence roll, we'd have to use a p-value of... we might still have that up. Look, some Awake chocolate. I do agree. Pulp is some extra flavor. So, I'll vanish. What is Awake chocolate? Hashtag not sponsored by them, but Awake chocolate is chocolate with caffeine. Chocolate with caffeine. So you could do it either way. If you do it this way, you just have to make sure you do the inside. I have office hours, Brian. So does this make sense right here to, I think it was Ella's question. If you do 95% confidence, show you the inside of it. If you do 95% confidence, you have to do, is that 96? Yeah, I did 96 by accident. They had it at the pods before. So he has Awake chocolate. It's got an owl on it. Get the caramel ones. They're addictive. Watch out. Coffee. Don't have too much caffeine in a day, or else you'll be like Brian, bouncing off the walls. That's the timer. We got some chocolate. Does this answer your question right here? I think it was Ella asked. Head back to space. We got everyone. Who's ready to start? I need some omres in the chat. Who's ready to start? I need some omres in the chat because we're about to start right here. So if you do 95% inside or 5% outside, either way works. You just have to make sure. Got some omres in the chat. I'm ready. 95% inside or 5% outside, both make a 95% conf roll. Let's do this. Let's get ready. Who's person 21? The Kahoot. Ooh, here we go. I'm ready's in the chat. A type 1 error is when what? Please tell me. Oh my gosh. You got to remember type 1 is when this. I still kept 20 seconds on this question. I got to. Ooh, we got to be quick on this one. You got to be quick. Wake up. Who remembered it? Who remembered it? In a type 1, the null is what? In a type 1, the null is what? Remember from class? In a type 1, does everyone see the 1 right here? In a type 1, the null is what? And what would be an error? That's all right. That's all right. Oh my God. In a type 1, the null is what? In a type 1, the null is what? In a type 1, the null, and people are saying it is true. And then what would be an error? If the null is true, it would be an error to do what? In a type 1, the null is true, and it'd be an error to do what? In a type 1, the null is true, and thus it would be an error to reject it. Now get ready, because in a type 2, let's see if you know it. Get ready for it. Here it comes. Well, let's see who's in the lead first. That's even better. Expert. How do you say that? I don't want to let someone to do something. Amazon Bunny. Amazon Bunny gonna win that Amazon gift card. Amazon Bunny, you got this. But Mountain Dove. That's just nice. Or Bold Tiger. I like all these names. Agent Boa, you're cool too. Let's see who's gonna win here with the next question. Here we go. It's new. So it's expert new. Question number 2. A type 2 error is what? I'm gonna need some chocolate. Remember, practice. And I'll mute myself. One second. I thought I had I have 12 more seconds. Wait, how do we remember this? How do we remember this? What do people notice about the type 2 error? What do people notice about the type 2 error? What do people notice about the type 2 error? What do you notice about the type 2 error right here? It's got what? 2 Fs. So we have to practice here. A type 2. Does everyone see the 2 right here? What letter is Brian making in the alphabet right here? Just read this letter. What letter is Brian making? What letter is this? It's an F. So a type 2, and we always talk about the null, is failing to reject a false null. Yep, that's correct, Kinga. Type 2 is when you fail to reject the false null. I seriously, everyone I've taught this who when we do it in person and they practice it, who has this 100% down, and you could just tell me a type 1 error is when the null is true and we reject it. A type 2 error is when the null is false and we fail to reject it. Who could just do that instantaneously and you would just be like, Brian, type 2 is when the null is false and we fail to reject it. Got it. If you practice that and you have to do it, be like, oh, type 1 is when the null is true. And so, Courtney, did you actually do this? Courtney, yes or no? Not without exactly Lauren saying, not without looking at this, not without when you look at it, if you look at it and be like, oh, type 2 is when the null is false and they fail to reject it. I forgot about the hand trick. It really helps. Everyone who I literally, when people would come to office hours and do them in person, I'd be like, I want you to do this with me. Here we go. Everyone hold it up. Get ready. I'd be like, you're not holding it up. Come on, everybody. So first semester has been called that. But it makes it much easier to remember. We just say in the type 1, the null is true. That's a T, and we reject it. And in a type 2, oh my gosh, what have we done? In a type 2, the null is false, and we fail to reject it. It really helps remembering it. It's just easy to be like, the null is false, and we fail to reject it. Lockdown browser video, what's going on? Let's see who's winning right here. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely insane. Expert new. You can't beat expert new, though. They're an expert. That's not a fair name. They're going to win. But you know what? Kind Macaw is going to win. You know what sound a macaw makes? It goes, meow. It's the kind of sound a macaw makes. Let's continue on here, if you didn't know. The null always has what sign? Ooh, this is going to be quick. You might say, Brian, this doesn't relate to the Canvas content. There are Canvas content questions tonight that ask you about the null and alternative. Easy thing to know. I should clarify that because I'm going to be caw, roar. The null always has the what sign? Yes. The null always has the equal sign. The null always has the equal sign. The null has the equal sign. So right there, anytime you see that, you know it's for the null. So stay tuned. Let's see who's winning. Oh, Witty Buffalo. Man, you know what I'd really like? Buffalo Wild Wings. I know it's not the best place to first go out to eat, but when I go out to eat again, and maybe My fiance goes with me. She'll go with me. But Buffalo Wild Wings just sounds good. So next question, let's see right here. Brian wants to see if students can lose 23 pounds on average on a diet. What is the proper null? So we just had some helpful tips for this one. You should be able to narrow it down to 2 really quickly. You should be able to narrow it down to 2 like instantaneously because it's talking about the null. Since it's talking about the null, you'd be like, oh, it's got to be one of these 2. I'm scared. What shall the answers be? It has to have the equal sign, and it has to have a population parameter right there. So what's wrong with this one? And this is going to help us out for later. This says the null states that the sample mean. Oh, that's all right. Well, Joshua, you got this, man. That says the null states that the sample mean. The null always has a what in this position right here. The null always has a what. What does the null always make statements about? The null is always making statements about the true mean, the population mean. Does that make sense to everybody? That's all right, Joshua. Did you fib on fibbing? It has the equal sign. The null has the equal sign. And it also has here the population parameter, which is the true mean. So we're saying, let's say Brian thinks students on average can lose this. Then the null states this is the truth. I think I meant to say, because I'm thinking about the next question, I think I'm trying to see if students can lose at least this. So read the next question as we take a look at it here in a moment. We're trying to see if students can lose at least this, like more than this. Hint for the next one, which I didn't do too many. Yeah. Awesome. Oh my gosh, what just happened? The leaderboard just went insane. I know this is a crazy game right here. This is very close. Leaderboard's going crazy. Who knows what's going to happen? Get ready for a question on the alternative. Do you know how to write the alternative? Let's find out. Brian wants to see if students can lose at least 23 pounds or more. What is the proper alternative? So what is the proper alternative right here to see if students can lose more than 23 pounds? Should be pretty quick, should be pretty easy. Because now we're talking about alternative, so you know that there's 2 nulls on the screen. And we should know the alternative and the null have the same symbol. Because we're going to be talking about the truth. So you want to be talking about the truth. Yes. So right here, we are testing the alternative that greater than 23. It's always in my way right here. So we're testing to see if the true mean weight loss for the diet is greater than 23 pounds. Is the truth for the diet greater than 23 pounds? And these are amazing answers. Like, it's all right if you're getting it wrong. Do not worry. But are there questions on this? Like, with everyone acing this, what we're trying to do right here is we're just seeing the alternative states, is there evidence that the true mean weight loss is greater than 23? Is there evidence for the alternative that the true mean weight loss is greater than 23? How is that looking? Are people feeling pretty confident about their answers? Like, this is really good stuff. Like, you guys, everyone's answering really well tonight. Like, I'm trying to slow down, but I guess Goots usually take about 30 minutes. So this is great work. I feel like everyone knows this one. Everyone's like, Brian, next question. Who's on the leaderboard? It's clicking. That's what we like to see. This is a really close leaderboard. I think the next one's true false. Get ready. Get ready for a true false. These are the scary ones. I got the sad music ready to go and everything. It's just like, I'm ready with the sad music. Do it slowly and think about what it means as I talk you through kind of how to do the true false. I think it's a true false. Here we go. True or false? Lower p-values provide more evidence against the null. Like, we can reject the null stronger. I'm like, did I put the right answer for this one? God, I'm scared. Let me go look. Good. I put the right answer. So lower p-values provide more evidence against the null. Like, we can reject the null better. Not better, but with more evidence, i.e. provide more evidence. So when would the p-value suggest to us that the null's believable? Talk to me, like, when would you not reject the null? Like, when would you not have evidence against the null? When would you not reject the null? It's all practice, Ella. Chapters just look easier when you look back on them. I promise you. When the p-value is high, let the null fly. Exactly. Like, we don't have evidence against the null. So what if someone told you their p-value was 0.000000001 you would tell them, wow, you should really do what? That's a lot of this. You should really do what? Like if their p-value was 0.01, you'd say, whoa, you should really do this. Reject the null, super reject the null. Exactly. You'd be like, that's a lot of evidence against your null. You have tons of evidence. What you observed was super unlikely by random chance, given the null is true. So the lower a p-value is, the more evidence it is against the null. So when the p-value is high, you continue to believe the null. We're looking for evidence to reject the null, and the lower the p-value, the more evidence we have to reject the null. Mega reject, I like that. This is a really close game. All it takes is Expert New or Witty Buffalo answering quicker or slower. Who knows what's going to happen? Close game right here. Let's see who's going to win. Which of the following is the sample mean? Notation quiz. Notation quiz. Which of the following is the sample mean? Notation quiz. And I'm always afraid I select the wrong answer on these. I have a trick. I always put it in the same spot. So we have here the population proportion. We have here a single observation of Y. We have here the population mean, and that one was selected quite a bit. This is a mean, but it's the population mean. This is a population mean right here. Who knows, and this is a commonly forgotten one, who knows who could name off all three of these? Oh my gosh, I can't write. Sure, let's change colors. Who could name off all three of these? Like we've got here the first, the second, and the third. Who could name off what all three of these are? So what are all three of these? So mu naught is the hypothesized mean. And it's like hypothesized true mean. So that's hypothesized true mean for the population, like the population mean for all, we're just hypothesizing it. And then this is also, because you can call it population or hypothesized, true, sorry. Population mean, population mean, and then this is sample mean. So a little bit of review. True and population are synonymous words. I literally have had teachers have me write true population mean. They're like, you need to say both to make it clear. And I'm like, they're synonymous. Just means for everybody. Mu naught is the null, what we hypothesize to be true. Mu is the population mean. So think about this. You're saying you hypothesize that this is the population mean. This is the population mean. And just think about the way the null looks. The null states that we are what? The null often states that we are hypothesizing that the population mean is equal to some value, some hypothesized mean. So the null says that the true mean for the population is equal to some hypothesized mean for the population. Does that make sense when we look at this way? We're saying, I believe that the true mean for the population is this hypothesized value. It's just the one that we're hypothesizing. So we're saying, I think the true mean is actually equal to this hypothesized value. It's just some value you're hypothesizing is true. And I'm hoping by seeing this here, it kind of makes sense. And if you change this ever so slightly, watch this. You change this to P hat. And all we're doing now is we've just changed this to what talk? Can I copy that? Oh, that'd be so beautiful. Oh, I can. Amazing. I hate writing. And so now we just go down here, and the null would be that we're saying P is equal to P naught. Does this make sense right here? And maybe seeing this as P naught is the hypothesized population proportion, P is the population proportion, P hat is the sample proportion. And so we see right here, the null states that the true proportion is equal to some hypothesized proportion, hypothesized true proportion. Yeah, and I hope this helps seeing this. I hope people also watch these videos and are like, okay, we've got the three different ones right here, and you can differentiate between the sample, the population, and all of this. So hopefully that would help. You know what? One last one. This will cover all three things on the test. Often, I'm not going to use the symbol for that. Here's the last example. And so this is the what? So right here, thank you so much. I'm glad people like this. This is what we often hypothesize the difference to be between these. Oh, no. I wrote it too close to it. It's the difference between two means. Technically, I'm just running out of room to write that. And then the null down here, which I should have enough room to write at. There we go. This is the sample difference between two means. Y bar. Oh, Ella. Ella, you just earned everyone 100 points. I was like, yeah, it's Y bar. Ella, thank you so much. See, I make errors. You got to catch them. Ella is exactly right. I was like, yeah, that's what it says. That is this difference between the two sample means. The sample difference between two means. Exactly. I think, is the error still counting? You gotta go errors plus. Yep, it's still counting errors. You gotta go error plus. You have to put a plus after it, and then it'll give me an error. Or maybe it did just give me an error there. That's the 10th error since I've been born, so I'm doing all right. Only 10 errors in my lifetime. I'll take it. That's not too bad. Not too bad. 10 errors in my lifetime. But I mean, I made 2 of them today, and maybe another one. Let's see who's winning right here. Not me. Expert New and Witty Buffalo. This is pretty great. I know 10 error, but 2 of them were today, so I don't know. Today's not my day. Let's see who's going to win with the next question right here. Let's do this. When testing means, we use which distribution? It's like, where's that music? When testing means, I'll pay the fool. More coffee for Brian. I've had all the caffeine I need today. When testing means, we use which distribution? Which distribution will be used to test the mean? Remember, this guy is not happy with you if you're doing drugs. Super nice guy. Don't worry about the chi-squared. Mr. T is not happy with you if you're doing drugs. He's mean. Mr. T is mean if you're doing drugs. Just want to say that. I'm sure he's a super nice guy. Shout outs to the 80s and Mr. T, all the awesomeness. He's helped us, just everything. Mr. T is mean if you're doing drugs, because he's probably a super nice guy. He seems super nice, super awesome, super positive guy. Has helped out this world in so many ways. But if you're doing drugs, he's mean. So Mr. T is mean if you're doing drugs. So why do we say that? I pay the fool. Well, I have no idea. I don't get the last part of the reference. Everyone knows I pay the fool, though. Such a great Mr. T. Man, I love that guy. He's so awesome. So the T distribution is for means, just so we can see it again right here. And one of these days, like, no joke, I talk about, like, jokingly, like, hey, if so-and-so ever wanted to appear on the channel, I've actually reached out to Mr. T. And don't worry, he's super busy probably, but I left a message on a thing for him, and it was like, hi, I teach at the University of Tennessee, and if you ever want to do a collab on the T distribution, I think we could do something fun. And maybe one of these days it'll happen. I mean, that's my dream. He's getting a good bit older. It doesn't matter that he's older, but, you know, I just don't know if they might not be like, I don't know, it's COVID times. Maybe, I don't know. I think it'd be the coolest thing to do a video with Mr. T on the T distribution. You probably want to do it on a much bigger channel, like Black Pen, Blue Pen or something, Black Pen, Red Pen. I don't know. Anyways, dreams, Mr. T would be awesome to have on this channel. So here's the T distribution. How do you get to the applet? T distribution applet right there in the chat. I know it'd be so awesome, Caitlin. Like, it'd be like one of the tops. Truthfully, if I could pick Elon Musk or Mr. T, I'm not joking, I would pick Mr. T. Elon Musk is more for like the memes, but I'd pick Mr. T to, like, 1, he's a childhood hero of mine. 2, T distribution, it could be related to stats. So if I had my pick between Mr. T and Elon Musk, it's Mr. T all the way. Shout outs to Mr. T right there. This is a neck and neck game. Be quick. Be quick, Mr. Tesla. I guess Elon Musk is Mr. T also. He's Mr. Tesla. Everyone get ready. This is about to be a neck and neck game. Let's find out if your students will think Mr. T. I know, right? Let's find out. Is everyone ready? I need some hombres in the chat right here. Let's get some music going. We're playing 80s music. We're going all Hacker Man style right here. There it is. Here we go. Get ready as we begin. Oh, it's question 9 anyways. Which of the following do we use to check normal condition? Oh, we can use bar charts. We can use bar charts to check the nearly normal condition. Oh my gosh, this is going to change the whole leaderboard. I got to turn off the music. We cannot use bar charts. Why can we not use bar charts? Oh my gosh, why not? Why can we not use bar charts? Why can we not use bar charts? Oh, the leaderboard's about to change up. Why can we not? What can we use to check the nearly normal condition? Do not worry. Someone's like, no. Bar charts are for categorical. Bar charts are for categorical. Make a bar chart for your favorite pies, pie chart for your favorite bars. You could use histograms. Generally, we'd use histograms. Don't worry, Jacob. Don't worry. We're here to practice. Let's throw out some 100 points of positivity. What else can we use? We can use histograms. They do. That's the tricky. A bar chart it's specifically like, you can almost say like histograms are special case bar charts. But when someone says they make a bar charts are like literally categorical data. Like it's so like, I do understand the confusion right there. A histogram does look like a bar chart, but with a number line. But histograms are specifically quantitative data. So you would say, let's make a histogram. If you said, let's make a bar charts are specifically utilized for categorical data. Because you make a bar chart for your pies, pie chart for your bars. And histograms are ordered also. Yeah, bar charts don't really have an order to it. Lauren, great job and great answers right here. Bar charts can be like, if you ask people their favorite pie, you can like put them in any order you want, but a bar chart has an ordered number line below it. And the other ways we could check would be things like the goodness of fit test, the QQ plot for normality, or the large enough n condition for the nearly normal. But great answers and great responses right there. How crazy is the leaderboard about to go? I don't know. Wow. It's, you know what? I like Fuzzy Lion. Who would like a fuzzy lion? Last question before we do the last question right here. If you would like what would you rather have, a fuzzy lion or a funny turtle? Like, is it a funny turtle that tells you jokes? If it's a fuzzy lion that I can like hug and it's not gonna do lion things to me, like, you know, like that sort of thing, like it's like, I don't know, like you know what I'm talking about. Oh, Lauren's going turtle right there. Turtles for the win. I like turtles. Speaking of, let's do this right here. Last question. It's Fuzzy Lion versus Funny Turtle. Fuzzy Lion versus Funny Turtle. Who's going to win? This is a close game. Let's turn on the leaderboard music. Let's bring in our special guest as per usual. You know who it is.
It's Tiny Brian. Here comes the last question. I'm here longer. One of these days I'll teach the class. So let's do this, everybody. Why you always lying, Brian? I know that one. Why you always lying? The extra condition for testing two means is what? This is not on the Canvas content tonight, but we covered it today. This is a fourth condition. Why you always lying? I can't. I'm auto-tuning myself. I love that video. So we have random, 10%, nearly normal for both groups, and independent. Independent means one mean does not affect the other. Thank you so much, Courtney. All the love. You know what? Don't tell Brian I did this. Oh my god, he's gonna get so mad. Oh my god.
Tiny Brown, what are you doing?
I don't know what I did. Oh wait, I added 500 points. Oh, oops. Okay.
Tiny Brian, seriously, don't be doing that. Don't be giving away 500 points.
I'm sorry, Brian. I don't mean to do that. I give a lot of points. Oh, everyone, thank you so much. You're the best.
Okay, I've given you guys all the points like all semester. Tiny Brian gives out 500 points and everyone loves Tiny Brian. Like, what the heck, Tiny Brian? Like, seriously.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll still announce it. Just calm down, Brian. Positivity. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ella. I'm having fun. Brian's mad about this. I don't know. He's not positive. You're welcome, Kirsten. Let's do this. Woo! Okay, here we go. We have here with 10 out of 10, a mountain dove. Thank you, Kinga. We have Fuzzy Lion. Whoa, jumped up there. Oh my gosh, who's gonna win? Expert New. I know how to say that. Brian doesn't know how to say expert new.
Tiny Brown, you only know how to say it because everyone told me how to say it. You don't know those things. Positivity, Big Brian. Awesome. Thank you so much. When in doubt, add a 0. What? I don't even know what that's for. Great work, everybody. I hope everyone had a lot of fun today. You know, I always try to have fun with these. Make sure to email me. Email me with the address. Like, say, like, send it to this address. Email me from your UTK. Like, no one's ever, like, sent me random emails and they're like, I won the thing. Finally got to Stab Wizard. Yes, Caitlin. Great job making it to these awesome levels, getting all these points, hanging out, having a good time. And that's what I really hope is, and you're welcome, Kinga. It's like, is it going to end the music now? Okay, good. They're letting the music play longer. They changed it a few weeks ago where you don't get to listen to the music and just rock out to it. But really, awesome job, everybody. Great work. We will be back tomorrow. We have lots of office hours tomorrow. So swing by office hours tomorrow. Ask questions. That's what we do. It comes down to practice. It comes down to practice. With that, I'm going to head off here. I'm probably going to grab some dinner. I wasn't going to head off that quickly. I think, oh my gosh, I'm just clicking wrong buttons. I think Tiny Brian's in control. I think he's everywhere. Can he be here? Yes, he can be.
Everybody, great job. Brian's gonna go eat some dinner. I was like, okay. I see how it is, Brian. Nah. Don't worry. You'll do just fine, everybody. Great work. It's time for dinner. With that, everyone, as Brian likes to say, bye for